any 4G phone on Page Plus, it's going to take a little bit of work. So I just want you to understand that. Okay, so back over here to Page Plus's website. Now the next thing I want to talk about is their plans. Okay, so they really have two different type of plans. You have what they call the pay-as-you-go plans, or they call these the standard plan, and then you have the monthly plans. So let me go through these standard plans for you real quick, and I'm going to fly through this. So if you buy a $10 card like what I have what I'm pointing at right here, this is on the standard plan. So if you buy a $10 card and you apply this to your account, if there's not already a monthly plan going on, you're going to be using this rate right here. So you'll notice at the top one here it says call to domestic number. So in other words, that means if you're in America, these are calls to anybody that's in America. It's going to be 10 cents per minute. Any text message is going to be 5 cents. And then data, if you use data, is 99 cents per megabyte, which is outrageous. But you need to know that if you're on this plan, you need to make sure you're not using data, because 1 megabyte costs $1. So if you use 10 megabytes, and you can do that really quickly, your $10 card will be gone. Now, one way to avoid that is you can call in to Page Plus and ask them to disable data on your account. If you know you're not going to use data, you can call in and tell them to disable that, and then it just won't be possible for you to use that. So be careful about that. Okay, so that's the $10 card. If you get the $25 card, and the reason I'm showing these different ones is because I want you to notice that the bigger the card you buy, the cheaper it is per minute or per text. So you can see here the call to domestic numbers is 6 cents, whereas with the $10 card it was 10 cents. Text message is still 5 cents, data is still 99 cents. Then over here on this $50 card, it's 5 cents per minute to call here, still 5 cents per text, and still 99 cents per megabyte. Okay, so those are all on the standard plan. Those are the pure pay-as-you-go. That's like the way prepaid used to be, and that was the only way it was. You bought a card for a certain amount, and then you just depleted that as you made a certain number of calls or texted a certain amount. Now they also have monthly plans. So I'm going to start at the smallest one here, this $12, or they call it the 12. So in the 12, the allotment that you get is 250 minutes, 250 text or picture messages, and 10 megabytes of data. Okay, so if you apply this card to your account, you're going to be on the 12, and that'll be your monthly plan. Now, here's what happens. If you're on the 12 and you know what, 250 minutes is close to what I need, but what if I go over 5 minutes? What if I need 255 minutes for this month? Well, so what you do is you would apply the 12, and then you would go back over here to the standard plans, and you would buy one of these, and then you would put that on top of your account. And I'll show you in just a second what happens. If you're on the 12, then that is your plan. But then if you add one of these pay-as-you-go, these will be on what your balance is. And like I said, in a second, I'm going to go to my wife's account, and I'll show you specifically what I'm talking about there. So let's say you're on the 12. You know 250 minutes is close, but what if I talk 255 minutes? Well, you buy the 12, you buy that $10 standard, you put that on there, and it's what happens is if you go over, then for every minute that you talk that you go over on the 12, it's going to be 5 cents. Okay? And then on data, for every megabyte that you go over, it's going to be 10 cents per megabyte. All right, so let's go through these other plans real quick. So that's the 12, that's the smallest one. Then there's the talk and text 1200, which is $30. This one gives you 1,200 minutes of talk, gives you 3,000 text picture messages, and 250 megabytes of data. And so if you're one of those users that's kind of in between, this is really probably the best bang for your buck kind of a deal here. So on this one, if you happen to go over, this time let's say we're just talking about data here, okay? Let's say 250 megabytes is close to what I need, but let's say I need 255 megabytes. Well, again, you would apply this talk and text to your account. That'd be your monthly plan. And then I could go over here and say, yeah, $10 will cover the extra that I need. And so I would apply that $10 card to my account also, so that if I happen to go over the 250 megabytes of data, then it'll start, you can see down here, data transport, it'll start eating it at 5 cents per megabyte from the balance that I have. Okay? Now another thing is if I go over that 250 megabytes and I don't have any money, I don't have anything as a balance in my account, then nothing else happens. That's not going to affect my minutes. It's not going to affect my text messages. If there's no balance left on my account and I use up that 250 megabytes of data, I'm just done for using data for that month. It's not going to run up any other kind of dollars. It's not going to run up my bill or anything like that. You'll just be done with your data. You won't have any left on your from your monthly plan, and you wouldn't have anything from your standard plan. Okay, so the next one is the $39.95. This one is unlimited talk and text, and you get 200 megabytes of data with this. Okay, this is the plan that my wife uses. She talks a lot, doesn't really text a lot, but she needs that unlimited talk. And you get 200 megabytes of data, and then if you need more data, it's going to cost you 5 cents per megabyte. All right, the next one is the 55, which is the same thing. It's unlimited talk and text, but instead of getting 200 megabytes, you get 2 gigabytes of data. And then the last one that they have is the $69.95 plan, which is unlimited talk, unlimited text, but you get 5 gigabytes of data. One other thing I want to say about the data is that you will get 3G data from Verizon on this, which is not the fastest data. The highest you could expect is a 2 megabit per second download, which really is okay for a lot of stuff, but you're not going to get a real fast download speed, and you know, you probably wouldn't expect to get that anyways. Okay, so next thing I want to do here real quick is I want to show my wife's account, and I'm going to have to blur that, and I'm going to throw this calculator up here so I don't have to blur it too much. And I want to show you what's going on here with my wife. Okay, so like I said, she is on the unlimited talk and text, the $39.95 plan. And you can see right here, this tells you what your monthly plan is showing for the month. So for her, it shows the minutes. Now her minutes are unlimited. If she would have bought like the talk and text 1200, she would have started out at 1200 minutes, and then it would show the remaining balance on her account right here. And same thing for the text. If from those 3,000 texts, if it would have been the talk and text 1200, you would have seen what was left in her balance. So you know, it might show 2,000 there or whatever. But since she has the unlimited, it's unlimited. So it just says unlimited. There's nothing to be depleted here. But I want to show you her data. She's on the $39.95 plan, which had 200 megabytes of data. She ran through her data pretty quickly this month because it was just back February 22nd that I renewed her plan. So she ran through her data real quick. Now, she needed some more data on her plan. She needed to use some more data. So it's what I did is I went over here and I went and got her this $25 card. And I applied that to her account, and you can see that right here, replenishment date is on 3/3/2013. And the reason I did that is because she needed more data. Her balance was at 0 before I added this $25 plan, and because her data was down to 0, she just couldn't access data anymore. There's nothing else she could do with that. So I added the $25 plan, and now as she uses her data, it's going to start drawing from this $25 balance at 5 cents per megabyte. Okay, so one other thing that I want to do is go back over here, and one thing I forgot to say that I just remembered, I'm just going to go into any one of these. I'm going to the $29.95 plan, the talk and text 1200, and I wanted to show you real quick what it is if you have to roam right here. If you are in a place that roams, it's going to cost you 29 cents per minute to make that phone call. So if you're on one of these standard plans, same thing, 29 cents for roaming. I couldn't remember what that was, but so be careful. If you're roaming, you're gonna deplete any kind of balance that you have real quickly if you are in a roaming area. So again, that's where you would check your coverage area, make sure that you're okay on that. I know there's some stuff I probably missed, but that kind of gives you a basic idea about Page Plus and about the way that they do things. Thanks for watching this video. If it's helped you, give me a thumbs up, please. And thanks. If you have any questions, leave comments. Thanks.